Okay, I'm going to call the Rush Township Board of Supervisors monthly meeting for Thursday, April 17, 2014 to order. Let's pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start the first row on public comment.
I have a question, a couple of questions. Did we buy a forklift, or are we just renting one?
No, we have forks that go on our Kubota tractor.
Okay, no, because I saw it nice and shiny.
Yeah.
New. Okay.
Do we buy forks?
Yeah, there's forks on it.
Yeah, I think they got the forks putting that electric.
Okay, no, I noticed the tractor. I didn't know,
Yeah, we bought that
truthfully,
tractor.
I wasn't sure we owned the
got several
Kubota.
attachments with it.
Yeah.
I think we got the bucket, forks, plus we had the side cutter from the other one. so
Oh, was that
fits
for the
down.
Kubota?
Yeah, it
Oh,
fits on
okay.
that Kubota.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I was talking to some people that were at, and you know I'm like a dog with a bone, I admit that. Woof woof, here comes the bone. I was talking to some people from Municipal Township. And they're under the impression they can bring their recyclables up here?
Anyone that comes from into the farmer's market or commercial usage, they could put it in that bin. We're not stopping, we're not monitoring it as long as it's recyclables. No TVs, no garbage, but
Well,
recyclables.
this was residential, was the impression I got. These were people that were at the meeting.
Well, anyone can put anything in there. I mean, commercial,
Well, why did I pay $37, and why did everybody in the township pay, in Schuylkill Township can pay for gas?
we don't get charged for that. We get credit for it, so.
We don't get charged for that dumpster, we get credit on it
But
for the tonnage.
But the contract was very specific about X dollars to pick up garbage, X plus $37 to pick up recyclables. So the people in Rush Township who were able to do it for free before, paid a fee, and I admit it's curbside, and I admit you've hit a nerve, you know, the average American today wants it right into the curb. Okay, the rugged individualism is gone. Okay, I give you that, but now I'm hearing anybody that wants to can bring it. So why did I pay my bill?
Well, we don't have any way of monitoring it. So as long as it's not garbage, we're not gonna play recycling police and sit out there and say, he can't because he's at the farmer's market, come over and.
It's a gray area.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't gray, it's black and white, buddy.
They're not gonna get recyclables, they're gonna get garbage.
No, that's only recyclables in the
In
dumpster,
fairness,
no
I think we're
garbage.
seriously getting recyclables.
Right, we
I
are.
just questioned that our bills were 25% more in order to have curbside.
Because we got
And
a
if
lot
I
of.
live in Ryan now, I
got a-
can just drive by and drop it off. I mean, that doesn't
We got a
seem
lot
fair
of
to us.
local businesses
I
coming
know.
over and dropping stuff, so,
We
from
are-
our business. But we might even have people from Tamaqua with local businesses, we don't know, because we're not here 24/7 to watch them.
I don't have a problem with commercial, it's a completely different world. I understand that, and I understand that you can get a whole bunch of money from the state if you track it as commercial. I understand that chapter, fine, but this was the impression was residential. And if we're taking residential from all the surrounding areas, I don't get it. I don't understand why the residents of Rush Township, and I have nothing against, oh, yeah, I know it takes a village, but the village should not be being paid for by Rush Township. Sorry, I mean, I think that's wrong. And I hope you would look at it. It's a three-year contract. So for
How
the,
would you propose that we stop such a thing?
I would say that it shouldn't be residential,
And how would you propose that we stop such a thing?
not have the open bids.
The thing is,
And how would we allow then commercial establishments from the local township to be able
Well,
to
you're the one
dump?
now encouraging commercial, and you're not getting a fee from them. That should be a separate collection point.
They're getting a fee for the goodies they throw in there.
Either way you look at it, Kathy, no matter what happens, we're getting tonnage for that, for when we do our 904.
Yeah.
So
So
we're
you're-
not getting charged extra because of the contract for that, particular items being there, or being collected there. We're just
All
getting
right,
the
then
credit for it.
let me ask the question another way. If this is so successful in December, are you gonna send out a rebate to the residents who paid for it?
It won't, we don't get a rebate until 3 years it takes till we see
You're gonna get,
from the
you're gonna get
904.
Title 94 money from commercial.
Right, everything, but it occurs residential
And
and
it-
commercial, and then it takes 3 years till you get the check from the original 904 grant. If you do it 2013, you don't get it till 2016.
For 94, but I mean, you know what your tonnages are gonna be.
I'm
And-
lost
and-
over
and,
you're trying to come
Advance,
across that.
Advance is gonna have a very good handle on what the tonnages are gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
That contract is for 3
Well,
years, and it should be opened if at the end of the
I'll
year,
give
we're
you
gonna
for
be that far
instance,
ahead.
there was-
But next year, I'm gonna pay $180 again,
But-
I'm gonna pay $37 extra again for curbside for a single person
$30.
in a single home, so that people from Ryan can come down
There
with a
was a
family and
resident-
4 kids. It's not right, Robert.
There was a resident that complained that we used to pay $80, then we went up to $110, then we went down to $90, then we went up to $130, then we went down to 100, then up to 150, then down to
I heard that, I
130.
was here last week.
So what we're planning on doing is taking that ripple effect out and keeping it long-term.
But what you're doing is charging the residents of Rush Township for residences completely surrounding the area and encouraging them to bring their recyclables here.
We're gonna monitor that. I'm gonna check
They
into
were
that. I never thought, I
encouraged to
didn't
bring
think of
it.
it that people would come down here that far, but,
People are coming from Ryan.
yeah, I
And
think,
dropping
see,
it
we
in-
had that there.
Ryan-
just
Coming
to-
from
Ryan
Ryan and
has-
dropping it in their grants.
Ryan has
This gets picked
recycling
up at the
bins there from
store.
the
I mean, come
county.
on, guys.
Ryan has recycling bins from the county. Why would people travel an extra 7 miles to come over
Because
to
they
Ryan?
take them over to their grandmothers. Come on, I'm just telling you. I just think it's wrong. I think you're gonna have to keep a handle on what's happening,
We'll check on it.
particularly encouraging.
We won't put a sign out there, residents only, and commercial and residents only. What do you think, would that
Good
work?
if you're gonna enforce it.
Well, I mean,
But I
you can only force it as much as you're here,
No, I know.
you know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, maybe we could do something like that, and because I know a lot of residents who do throw stuff in there, and they still have curbside recycling, they put stuff, because they
I
said
agree.
sometimes
I
they get
agree.
big cardboard
No,
boxes
I
that,
agree, I agree. I'm not.
you know what I mean, don't fit in their garbage cans, and they'll just chuck them in there.
I'm not disputing. I'm just questioning that Schuylkill Township was under the impression and announced at their own meeting that for those people who go up to the market, used to put
We
it in the,
didn't-
who
we didn't-
used to put it in the bins, are now more than welcome to put it in.
Well, if they did it on their own, because no one on this
Yeah, I-
board has.
That's not the impression. I
has-
was under the impression it was cleared through this office.
No. Janine, did you?
I
Did you?
didn't, Kath, I didn't hear anything of it, but I mean, we'll address that. There was no way we were gonna, I'm gonna let like you know what I mean, we'll have things like Phil have to get emptied every day.
Did it just move it from down there? Okay.
Christine Verdier, the Schuylkill Township Supervisors, announced at the meeting, I was covering the meeting for the newspaper, she announced at the meeting that she called Rush Township office and was told that she could announce it at their meeting to tell all their residents to come here with their recycling.
Did she say who told her that?
Yes.
The only person in the office would be
Darlene?
Darlene and Denise.
But honestly,
It wasn't Denise.
Honestly, I don't know.
I'm just asking.
All right, I'll check up on that.
We'll find out.
We'll find out next week, but there is no way this board,
They
No.
announced it at the meeting.
I mean,
I was like, what?
If
I
they
have
have
me out of my mind to say, yo, bring all your TVs and refrigerators here.
And Kathy,
No,
something
for
like
residents.
this, an FYI, why wouldn't you have came to us before this meeting to approach any member of this board as to the issue or problem so that we could handle
With the
it?
bone about the recycling.
Yeah, everything's good. Kath?
Pat Tracy, I want to address two things, okay? I go, Ginny, okay, because you're vice president of fire company. I must have had 50 calls asking who the idiot was that don't want the siren. I want that siren. I go to bingos, I'm harassed in there because they want the siren, okay? Lincoln Drive is like, June. At least we know if there's a fire, somebody's coming up here. So we will look into that. We want the siren, and if the louder it is, the better it is. Okay?
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
I really am.
Okay, now I wanna bring up something. Who's grand crazy here? You him?
Who's what?
The people from Holland Street are calling me. What's going on Holland Street that you wanna take 4 feet of their property, cut down their trees, and put in stupid pavements to take them down
Who said
to
that?
they're there?
We're not doing anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, why was there a man there and he was
That
measuring?
was me. I was
You?
looking at it. I was looking at it to see if we could widen the road, Pat.
Widen the road or put pavements in?
Yeah, we put pavements in, widen it out so people walk.
No sidewalks, just asphalt
Yeah.
shoulders
want it.
to make
They
it,
don't
to
want
make
you
it
to
a
take their
linear
trees down.
footage of 25 feet.
I know the township owns like 10
Okay.
feet of
Okay.
everybody's
Looking at-
property, but leave the trees alone already.
Yeah, it can't be done, Pat. It
We
was
weren't
just-
gonna cut no trees, Pat. There was no trees
Okay,
gonna
I'll
be cut.
tell them.
If you drive Holland, Holland goes in and out, all the way down. We were gonna make it linearly straight.
A lot of people walk Holland, and there was a grant out there for for walkways. So if we could have widened the road for a walkway, it's really not feasible in Holland with all the trees and the spanks and.
Just like the grant for the pavements to a school, to put pavements for the people to go to the school when they're bused.
That's what there's grants out there for, Pat. Yeah. Might not make sense all the time, but.
If we don't get it, someone from Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, or Wilkes-Barre will get that money. So if we can utilize the money for improvements to better the township, why not?
And we looked at it, it's not feasible.
Okay,
Good, Pat?
yeah, that's all. Jenny, look in.
Second row. Lisa, good. Anybody else? Back row? Go ahead.
I would ask Mr. Leibensberger. Mr. Leibensberger, you put that storm sewer in up at Bonoski Street, why am I still getting water and dirt down in front of my house that I have to clean up all the time? I thought that was gonna alleviate that problem. Hello?
Yeah, it's probably, I'll answer the question, it's probably coming from Bonoski Street. Bonoski Street needs to be paved.
Bill,
Yeah.
the storm sewer is right here. If it's coming down Bonoski Street, it should go into Bonoski, into the storm sewer, not down Mariner Street to Meadow Avenue and down around
I'll
the
have to
corner.
look at it, I'll have to look at it, Charlie.
Is it down, you take a look down at the dirt that's down there in the
It's a bad
corner.
storm we had last time, so and the road's still.
Yeah, that's supposed to alleviate that problem, which I never had built till after they put the sewer in, and they repaved that street.
Take a look at it.
If you would've listened to me in the first place and just ran it straight down, it would've been all right. You got 2 storm sewers down there that would've went into. You knothead.
Good, Charlie?
Good.
I want to know what the township's gonna do about the trees that they damaged on my property.
My take is it, Mr. Boyer, that we have the property surveyed when we surveyed that road behind your property, and we're assuming them trees are on our property, and we just haven't had it in a schedule yet, we're gonna cut them all down. Unless you could prove us different.
That street is only 33 feet.
Unless you
That's
could
all-
prove us
that's all it
different,
is.
we had
And you
professional
proved to me,
surveyors up there.
I want to see that survey and I want to see where it's
We
on your
have-
property.
Mr.
It's
Boyer,
not.
Mr. Boyer,
They're on
we
my property.
have our paperwork,
So you
but
go ahead, cut them down, you'll see what happens to you.
We have it all in lower.
Because I'll come after the both of you
Believe
personally.
that they're all,
yeah, because we have it surveyed on what, Walnut Street you were saying?
along the street.
And it looks like we believe they're on our property and we're gonna cut them all down.
Well, go ahead, you'll see what happens. I'll sue
Well,
you.
you're the,
I'll sue you. Because they're on my property.
Again?
And you guys damaged them.
well, I'm just telling you, I think there are trees and
They're proven. to
prove
be
us
our
wrong,
trees.
prove us wrong.
No, you proved me that they're on your, that those trees are on your property, are on the right of way. You prove it to me.
Well, when we cut them down, it's gonna be proven.
No, you won't cut them down.
Who's gonna, are you threatening?
I'll stop you.
Are you threatening?
I'm not threatening you. I'm
So how are you
telling
gonna
you.
stop us? You gonna harm township employees? Mr. Boyer?
I'm
Are you
not,
gonna harm township
I'm not
employees?
saying
How
I'm
you
gonna
stop
harm
us?
anybody. Don't be putting words into my mouth.
I'm not, but you say you're
Yes,
gonna
you
stop
are.
us.
You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you
Yes,
said
you
you're gonna
are.
stop us. How are you gonna stop us if we're in the right?
We'll cut them down, you'll see what happens.
Well,
You better make sure you're doing the right thing.
we will.
And you better read your second-class code book, too.
I memorized it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's really just trying to know which
Don't
And what-
threaten. an
I'm not
employee
threatening
in
you.
this
You're,
township.
don't be putting words in my mouth saying I'm threatening you.
Well, I
I'm not
get
threatening
worried
you.
that
You're
when you-
threatening me.
Mr. Boyer,
You're
I am
threatening me.
speaking. I get worried when you say you're gonna do something about it. So if I send an employee over there or send all employees over there and they get hurt,
I'm saying you better make sure what you're doing is right. You better make
we
sure.
will, don't worry.
I'll get you a survey if you don't already have a copy.
And what about that street that you put in there? What about that manhole?
What's 12th Street?
That's another
Copy
thing.
for you.
The manhole. It's a street and it's a safety hazard.
What?
You mean the manhole that's on Walnut Alley?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dirt street.
The
We'll put
purpose of
dirt
the
around
street
it.
is really to service the manhole. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that high traffic an area that.
Yes, it is.
If I blow a tire out on that, are you gonna cover it?
You didn't testify to that in court not a year ago.
Well, it is now. It's used now that you've opened it up as a street.
Mr. Boyer's
All-
saying is that the township damaged his street.
No, I'm talking about the manhole.
He didn't answer me, did he?
All I know, Mr. Boyer, there is a couple residents, I'm gonna let you know, that have, little kids that play in that backyard there alongside that street, and they're getting worried about you driving up and down there at high rates of speed,
Oh.
and hopefully, nobody's gonna get hit or killed.
What, I'm going up there speeding now? I'm not allowed to drive on it
The
now?
neighbor
It's a street and I'm not
Actually
allowed
has
to
some
drive on
railings.
it?
Mr. Boyer, I'm speaking.
Now you are putting words in. You didn't say you're not allowed to drive on it.
Yeah.
He's talking about the way it's being driven, you're driving on.
That's why you have the police
One
department.
question, you're talking about him speeding up down the street? What about Meadow Avenue with a school up there and they're flying up and down? He won't put any speed limit signs up.
We're working on that, but there's.
Yeah, I know, I've been working on it for the last 2 years.
They're only working on it because it's me.
Last 2 years.
Okay, are you finished, Mr. Boyer?
I'm finished.
Okay. Next.
Nothing.
Barry?
Make no sense anyway.
Am I gonna be able to address the board when you get to the Little League?
Yes,
little park?
absolutely. We'll do that underneath the question.
Okay.
Barry?
Just FYI, tomorrow the forestry department's doing a controlled burn right across the street here from west of 309 behind Morgan's is where they timbered. So it'll be a controlled burn, so there's gonna be a lot of smoke in the
It
area.
could be a big, that's a big control burn. We got a thing on that.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Just so everybody knows what's going on.
Holy God.
70.
And a question on that one, Sean, I thought there was a burn ban in Schuylkill County.
There's-
State overrides township and.
They override it? Okay.
Forestry,
Wow.
we have no say in that. That's a big burn, it's like 70 acres. Well, and it's a good thing to do. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely a good thing to do. Okay, anybody else? Back? All right, police report.
The March police report is magistrate fine money $6,129.89. Total miles put on the police vehicles 3,931. Total calls, complaints, and incidents handled by police 452. Total citations for the month of March is 36, and total parking tickets for the month of March is 112. Actually, that's reversed. The citations 112, parking tickets is 36.
Okay, is there a motion to accept Sergeant Frederick's police report as read?
So moved with changes.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Weisenberger.
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni. Yes.
All right, minutes of the previous meeting. Is there a motion to accept the minutes of the previous meeting for March 20th, 2014 to April 9th, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Weisenberger.
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni. Yes.
Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report as of March 31st, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, Denise, could you read off the treasurer's report? You have it there? We haven't done it in a while, so let people know what's going on.
Just the
here.
balances.
Just the balances, Denise.
I'll read it for her. I'll read it.
She got it. She got it.
Just the top ones?
Just the balance.
Okay. General fund, $188,650.72. Building fund is $28,307.32. Fire protect is $16,699.26. Fire tax, $7,232.32. Infrastructure is $234,934.07. Tamaka Association, $4,143.57. Rec Board, $23,017.17. Solid Waste, $158,067.32. State is $140,201.84. And UCC is $14,428.93. LST Fund, $23,161.54. Police Department, $14,616.30. Road Department, $18,475.82. 2011 Home Program, $1.48. Hometown Sewer Funds, operating, $150,357.52. Sovereign Investment, $60,597.18. Lock Chunk Trust Money Market, $124,370.46. Lake Cottage Sewer Fund, $112,168.70.
Everybody good? Call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Is there a motion to accept all municipal reports, sewer, road, Arrow, and pro design?
So moved.
I'll
You
second.
didn't do the bill one, did you?
Oh, no, I'll go back to that, sorry. All right, under the question, call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Is there a motion for the approval of the current township and sewer bills through April 30th, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question,
Chairman,
call the board?
sorry, Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Denise, you want to read off the correspondence we got this week, or for the month? In the agenda? The letters, I think it's all on, yeah, right there.
Just read this here.
These are the letters we got from the township.
Governing Township News, letter from Ryan Township, emergency, P-Stats, Bolton, Catalyst, Monitor, letter from Mr. Bean.
I think the letter from Mr. Bean was in reference to a shed, or his driveway with the shed he's rebuilding, I guess. All right, that's all that was about. Okay, Chris, attorney business.
I don't have anything specific to report. The DCED mailing went out the day after, 2 days after our April meeting, so
Okay.
any day, as soon as we hear all of the closing schedule, and hopefully we'll hear something within the next week. I'm hoping. As soon as I hear something, I'll call Joe Padilla and schedule the closing.
You didn't hear anything. What he did.
You didn't hear nothing from the bill,
I'm sure they're gonna contact me,
Okay, all
because
right,
I'm the one that sent the letter.
all right,
DCD.
all right. New business. Is there a motion for the Rush Township Fire Police to assist at the Tamaqua Memorial Day Parade on Monday, May 26, 2014?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under the question, call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Is there a motion to open all township owned parks for all Little League or children's or organized sports on a temporary basis?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question? Go ahead.
The meeting we had the other night.
Yeah.
Well, I had to leave for a little while. I thought it was pretty productive. It seemed like everybody was gonna start getting together and come to agreement on using the park equally. But Bill Long's made some assumptions that he had put a lot of his time and effort into building Miller Park, and that's why he assumed all control of scheduling.
Yes.
That's not true. That's not true. A lot of work was done by my company. Pinkies were involved. A lot of people that donated stuff. My cousin Timmy donated fuel for the dozers. It was done by a lot of township people, not people from Tamaqua baseball. So please keep that in mind when you make your decision, that if the township needs to take over the scheduling of the field, not that we want to put more work onto the secretaries, but I don't think Tamaqua should have a say of property that's owned by
Right,
the township.
and you were there, and I told Bill Onks that there's no organization that's gonna control Rush Township Park. There's no organization that's gonna control that schedule, that now we have a girls softball league up in our township, and they gotta ask Little League permission to use our field.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. That field's for everybody. And if it comes down to we have to do the scheduling, that's what we're gonna do. That's why we're temporarily opening them. We don't wanna mess up the kids for the season, because the season's progressed right now, and mess their schedules up. And next year in January, we'll have a new schedule, what we're gonna do, and we'll go over it.
Very good. That puts my mind at ease, because
Yeah.
with all the work that
Yeah,
was put
because
in by the local people, and to have somebody from Tamaqua dictating, how they're gonna use the park, it's not
Yes,
fair.
because we were getting calls, I've been getting calls, and, you know what I mean, people can't use the fields, and, you know what I mean, scheduling, and then they had to go get permission. There's no organization that needs to get permission to use our fields.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if they want permission, they're gonna come and see the township, not an organization down at Tamaqua.
Plus it was an $82,000 grant.
And plus, we're doing another, close to, $80,000 grant in there. There's more to come to this, but for right now, this is good.
It's Rush.
But it's
Township.
temporarily open, absolutely.
You said it, Rush.
Okay, call the board? Or what do we do? Yeah, call the board.
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
All right, is there a motion to adopt resolution number 2014-10, price adjustment of the bituminous material for small quantities?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Under question? Call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Is there a motion for Rush Township Fire Police to assist with the KME race on Sunday, April 27th, 2014, from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m.?
So moved. Sorry.
I'll second it.
You second it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Under the question? Call the board?
Chairman Gilbert?
Yes.
Vice Chairman Leidensberger?
Yes.
Supervisor Matroni?
Yes.
Okay, supervisor's comment, curbside recycling started on March 3rd, 2014. If you did not receive a container or have any questions, please contact the office. Residents are urged to register for the Code Red emergency notification system on the Rush Township website. And we're gonna explain the e-power here. Where's that at?
She had it put in here, so I don't see it on mine.
Oh, and another thing, we're not done here yet. Delinquencies, we're gonna go over. I told you I'd have them for you. Without them.
She never put it in.
Okay, we had E-Power come in here to do a project cost for us, for new lighting. And it's through a grant system, and worked out pretty good. We got the sewer building project cost down there, replaced lights in the sewer building were like close to like $783.96. Our cost, what we gotta pay to get them replaced is $16.02. It's a no-brainer, getting new lights. That's one area. Our garage out here, our garage light projects. It's $3,862.42 to replace the lights. Our cost is $1,286.17. No brainer, because them lights use a lot of energy, so it's gonna save us all in the long run.
Plus
We're
they've been in service for quite a long period of time.
Yes. And exterior lights out in our parking lot, the project cost is $2,050. Our cost is $0. No brainer. So it's just a grant where E-Power had out there, and we had a guy come in and take a look at it, and we did good. We're gonna get all new lights, for nothing. And these lights in our office, they were done, what, a year ago? Or 2
Yeah.
years ago? They were done through one of these programs too.
2 or 3 years ago we did it.
I wish they'd come over to my house,
2011, I think.
get that done.
Yeah, we did it. That was one.
Okay, what's the other thing we had?
They've been over to your house.
Darlene, can I have the delinquency?
This, I'd like to say something before that. This code red too, any information that's given for the code red will not be public information, so if anyone gives any cell phone numbers or home phone numbers that are unlisted, it is not public right to know, so nobody gets to see those numbers, anything's, even email addresses. So it's privacy.
Okay, our delinquencies, in the township here, okay, as of April 17, 2014, for the garbage, from December 2013 to now, we had $63,394.46 in delinquencies. We got $11,320.06 back. We're still $52,074.40 in delinquents in their garbage. We're on top of it, trust me. Our hometown sewer, we were $113,134.19. Now we're at $81,709.05. So we brought in $31,425.14 since December. In Lake Hada, we had $12,559.34 in delinquencies, and now the delinquency is actually higher by $304. The delinquencies are $12,864.20, and that's actually good for a delinquency rate. But what I want to let the residents know, I mean, people who are back in their bills, I mean, we have sent letters out already, and probably within the next month, we will start shutting off water to the properties, am I correct? That's till we get, for the sewer delinquents, we can't do it for the garbage, but for the sewer. And the garbage, we just keep on pounding and sending letters out.
Just so they know too, the one for Lake Cotto, I just started Lake Cotto just today, so that's why nothing was really done on that one yet. So I just mailed letters out today on that one.
Okay. So, I mean, that's not too bad there. But we're on top of it. We're gonna try to get it in and get them down, especially for the garbage. It's a lot. That's where we might be able to get rid of that $37. Okay, is there anybody else have any more questions here? Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.